Hello and welcome to my channel Making Crafts, and welcome to Kendra's card challenge number 14. So this is our new card challenge from Kendra. I will have all of the links in the description on how to download this free PDF, and this PDF shows you how to create 15 cards using 6 6x6 sheets of paper. In the PDF you have your sketches to your cutting instructions for each 6x6, and then you have your sketches for each card for each of the 15 cards. So today I am not creating 15 cards since this is a hop, and the other design team members for the Kendra's card challenge will be participating in this hop as well, and so we're each creating 1 to 2 cards. So I will be creating sketch number 13 today. So let's get started on the card. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut out all of my pieces that are for the sketch number 13. Then I've set aside some papers for the backgrounds and different things that I needed, and then I have some white cardstock to stamp my sentiment on. And I went through my stash and just trying to find some stamps, and this is a stamp set I've never even opened. It was a kit that I got from Altenew several years ago, and I've never used it, so I'm going to use the sentiment in this today. Wish you the most beautiful day. So I've gone ahead and cut out all of my pieces, and this is my bag for sketch number 13. And you can see in another video how I bag all of mine up, but for now I'm just pulling out all the pieces that I have cut out and have ready for sketch number 13. Then I've also set aside this piece to go across my card, and then I have some background pieces that I have set aside in case I want to use them. So I'm going to start out first by stamping my wording onto a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp this really close to the edge so that when I cut it out I can get a little strip to go across my card for the sketch. And I like how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it a second time just in case I mess up the first sentiment. So this needs to really dry before I go and cut it out because the ink is quite wet and it will smear if I do anything with it. So I'm going to set it aside and let's get started on the card. So for today's card base, I am using a portrait style card that flips up from the bottom. I decided that that would be cool for this sketch, and I'm considering using this as my background piece since it fits, but I have a piece of this scrap left over and I really want to use it as my background piece, but it's not large enough, so I'm just going to cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5. It'll be a little smaller than what the sketch calls for, but I think it'll work out just fine. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this background piece, and I'm going to add it to my card base, and I'm going to try my best to center it up on the center of my card base. Now I printed out all of these. These are just digitals that I printed out. I had a certain color theme that I was wanting to do this month with the 15 cards, so I printed out the colors and sheets that I wanted, and I printed them on 65-pound cardstock. I will have another video showing you the cardstock that I used and a little bit more information about that. So I am going to just kind of layer this up to see that I like how everything looks and like all the pieces together. And then I will start gluing. But before I start gluing the card together, let's go ahead and cut out our sentiment. I think it's dry enough. And so I'm going to have to alter this card just a little bit more because the card sketch calls for this strip to be, I think, a 1/2 inch wide, but I want it to fit my sentiment, so it's closer to 3/4. And so then there's a strip that we layer it onto. So for that strip, I am going to cut it to 7/8 inches wide just to have a little bit of a border sticking out. So that sentiment looks good, so I'm just going to set the other one aside and I can use it on a different card. So I need to cut these little ends into banners. If you look on the sketch, you can see there's a little banner on each end. So I'm just going to use my fussy cut scissors to do that. And I'm just going to cut down the middle and then from each corner to the center again. I'm sure everybody watching knows how to do this, but just in case you are new to card making, I just like to add in some of the details so that in case you've never done this before, then you can easily create these. They do create punches to do this, and I have the punch, but I never pull it out. I always end up just cutting them with my scissors. So now I'm just going to attach this to the center of my strip. Now this strip in the sketch is, I think, 3/4 by 4 inches. And when I had gone ahead and cut this strip at 7/8 by 4, and then I realized that I had done that and that my cardstock I cut smaller. My background piece is smaller, so I'm just going to come in and cut 1/8 of an inch off of each end. That way my sentiment is still in the center of the strip. And so that works out just perfect, and it will fit just fine now. So I want to layer this little rectangle piece up. I'm not going to glue it on yet because I need to add my banner pieces that are hanging down. So I've gone ahead and cut the edges of those, and I have them ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the longer piece first, and this one goes down the center of your card. So I'm just going to eyeball the center. It's okay to me if it's off just a little bit. I don't have to measure. But if you prefer measuring, just measure from side to side and be sure that you get it even. It doesn't really bother me if it's over to just a little bit, so I don't worry about measuring. Then I'm going to add my other banner piece. And if you're following along, don't glue yours down yet because this is where I made the mistake. When I added my banner pieces, I didn't think about, I was worrying about the top, like it was a little taller than the longer one. I was trying to make them different lengths, and I wasn't really thinking about how far down they were coming at the bottom. And so I attached them this way, and as you're probably noticing, as I am watching back, that they are up way too high. But as I'm creating the card, I did not notice it. But we're going to fix that in just a second. So I attach my little rectangle piece, and I'm just going to add it to the center from side to side. And then I'm going to attach the strip across the rectangle piece. And I'm just trying to eyeball the center there of the rectangle. And then on the sketch, you can see that there's some little dots on each end. So I've decided to use some of the enamel dots from one of our super sponsors, Cat Scrappiness. And I want to go ahead and talk about today's hop. Today's hop is a hop and giveaway. And to enter the hop, all the information will be in the description below. To enter the giveaway, excuse me, will be in the description below. And you'll just need to follow all those instructions to enter the giveaway. Also, in order to enter the giveaway, you will need to enter our super sponsor Pink and Main into the form on the giveaway, and this hop gives you a chance to enter the giveaway at each video. So for my video, you will need to enter Pink and Main. So be sure to enter that. That won't be in my description below, so you'll just need to remember it from the video. And so, well, here is the card. And as you can see, the banners are too short. You probably could leave it like this, but it is really bothering me. So I'm going to try and pull up the rectangle piece and see if I can fix this without ruining my card. So I'm going to pull up the little banner pieces, and then I'm gently going to pull up the rectangle piece. I do not recommend taking your cards apart. A lot of times it rips the paper, but today the odds were in my favor. So I was able to get this pulled up and move my banner down just a little further so that it looks better to me. So I'm doing that on each side, and this side went well as also. I was really surprised that I didn't tear any of the paper. So now I'm just going to move this banner down. So when you create your card, pay attention to the bottom of your banners, where they're landing, so that you are happy with it at the end. I was paying attention to the wrong end of the banner. So I show you this mistake so that you can see, so that maybe you'll remember when you're making your card. The next time I make this one, I'll be paying attention to the bottom of the banner. So I like how that looks. I am going to come back in and glue the edges of my banner down because they're wanting to curl up now that I pulled them up. But as I was mentioned before, this is a hop and giveaway, so be sure to read all the information in my description below. Be sure to use the super sponsor Pink and Main in your entry form, and that link to the form is in my description as well. And be sure to hop along to all of the other design team members who are participating in today's hop because you have a chance to enter the giveaway from each video. And let me know in the comments below, have you participated in any of Kendra's card challenges? And have you ever created the 15 cards? I'm excited about the new challenge, the challenge 14. So I started joining in on the challenge around challenge 10, and then I became a team member on challenge 13. So I have really enjoyed creating cards using the challenge and the sketches. So here's my completed card. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you'll hop along to all of the other videos and check out all the inspiration that the other design team members have. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.